Settles. In a good way. The name is Law Nation. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, this including the ice wall, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this.
Dread it, run from it.
Come on with it.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say,
I am.
I am.
All right. As they say. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Let's get it. And who run it? Who run it? It's 1 o'clock, baby. Texas time for your mind. Come on. Yeah. Come on with it. And as this room filled all the way up, be sure. And I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content. Come on. It's Cowboys versus the Ravens week. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody. It is a beautiful day, Thursday. You got football today, of course. Not the Cowboys. I think we play next Thursday, so I can't wait for that one. Appreciate everybody. The Cowboys. We in this shadowy place, right? With this team. I'm seeing that everybody's saying that the Cowboys going to lose. I love it, when the 3-letter and the 4-letter network not on our side, baby.
Damn.
I love it.
Damn.
Yeah, I love it. Uno, I see you. Ed, I see you. The Trust, I see you. Justin D, I see you. So we playing against the 0-2 Ravens, right? And one of the things that everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie climbing out of the grave at, they saying that, hey, in the last 2 home games, in the last 2 of them, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 2 home games, we look very pedestrian. Yeah. We look very weird and strange, and we the soft boys now. And I love it. Omar is coming, right? Like, at some point, we got our back against the wall. We got everybody against us, most of the Cowboy fans against us. It's about 2 or 3 of them, just 2 or 3 of us saying, man, we going to stand tall or not at all. We ain't folding up like Wallace, man. We going to still try to beat them boys out here, man. We ain't finna run nowhere. Bring it. We right here, and we ain't going anywhere. Come on with it. But, Cowboy Nation, I get it. As this room fill up, we still here. Rev still here. He's standing in the gap. Come on with it. So we ain't worried about the Ravens. Now, there are a few people that's worried about them, but that's okay. Let them be worried. Now, Cowboys past 2 games at home. 2023 wild card game. Right. The score 48-32. And then in 2024, this past week, the Saints come marching in 44-19. And that's the first team since 1970 merger to allow 44-plus points in consecutive home games. So, hey, we got us a record on this thing. Put the record in on here, man. That's not the record that we want, but it's a record. It's our record. It's terrible. It's a terrible record. That's insane, man. But if you think about the odds of that happening again, it will be strangely, right? It will be crazy. So at the end of the day, I don't foresee the Cowboys allowing 40-something points on us again. If so, then we need to move up out of the Arlington Stadium, right? Get out of that area and at least go play at the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, I think we should play there anyway. Or at least go to, I'm looking for my coffee cup. And I done hit play on this thing, and I left my coffee cup in the other room. At least go to the Star in Frisco. Hold on. It's got to be somewhere close. Oh, it's over here. Just to get close to you, coffee in the daytime for your mind. Yeah, come on with it. I had to improvise, man, but I'm back here. I'm back, baby. All right, so you had to get this cup right here. In this cup, you would never know what's in the cup. Law Nation. Yeah, coffee cold. Nah, it's straight up hot, you know. Actually, it's mushrooms, mushroom coffee, you know. I'm not microdosing, but I need to microdose, you know, for those who do microdosing. But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation, let's bring up some of the things that we need to see. Everybody's all in from this particular panel on the Baltimore Ravens, and that's okay. That's okay. I love it when I love it when they doubt us. I love it when they get things going and these sorts of things. But it is what it is. But we're gonna stroll through all of this. My guy.
You have to Dallas Cowboys defense thinking they are soft.
So
and you have a team that's 0-2 whose season is on the line. It's going to come out in these heavy personnel packages and feel like your defense is soft, and we're going to run it down your throat with Derrick Henry, and there's nothing they can do about it because they're soft. When is someone going to step up and say enough's enough? Because my mentor, Brandon Carter, always tells me this, Tuck. It's not hate if you prove people right. It just means that they are right. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're able to line up and just run the ball down the Dallas Cowboys defense and people are calling you soft, we're not hating. We're just being right.
2 + 2 is what? You know, can somebody put the answer down in the chat? What's 2 + 2? And what happened here is people like to say, well, no, it's not. It's 5. No, it's not. It's 3. But 2 + 2 is 4. Ah, you hating, man. You hating on it, man. It's 5. No. You know, as Cowboy fans, we are hit with the blessing and the curse. The blessing part of it is that we have history on our side, right? And the history speaks that the Cowboys are 5-time champs. But what people like to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to say to you all, well, them 5 rings are ancient, right? That's just dust on them things, man. Look, it's what have you done for us lately? And I get that, and I understand that. But the reality of it, the facts are the facts. We got 5 of them. And it doesn't matter. They don't expire. But what people like to do is to rip your passion away, your love and adulations away, and say, don't be a happy fan because of the circumstances that we are in. We're 1-1. The Niners, they go through the same pitfalls that we go through. They're 1-1 too. They've been on a drought just as long as we have been, but they are not spit upon. Why? Because they made it to the Super Bowl to ultimately lose, right? It's like, oh, you got the prettiest girl. You took her to the prom. She's gorgeous, but she's your sister. You know, you ain't doing nothing with that, right? And that's who the 49ers been, right? And we talk about physicality, we talk about mentality, we talk about outcomes and things like that. Dude, they just lost to the Vikings, right? To Sam Darnold, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, but certain people, I ain't gonna say that. I don't want to get too messed up over here. But hold on, here we go.
We're just being right. You can't
you're
call
right.
us haters, right? We hating on the Cowboys. No, we are right. If teams are able to line up and do whatever they want to you, we're right. If you can't win the big games, Dak Prescott, people aren't hating. People are right? Mm-hmm. So don't give them that. Like me as a little old content creator, even though we're growing, right? I thrive off of that. I thrive off of people telling me I can't do it. You're in your mama's basement, Tuck. You're just a little content creator. You're just in your mama's basement. Yeah, I took that shit to the Super Bowl. Now what, haters? Now what, haters? Yeah, now what else do you have to say? Well, Tuck you're as a content creator, you can't be on TV. Oh, we got some announcements coming. Tuck, you can't make money off of just being YouTube. You're not good. Yeah. I'm proving them people wrong time after time after time. When the Cowboys gonna do the same, y'all?
Woo! My boy Tuck with the early fire. Oh yeah, he bringing some fire, man. And here's what we got before we go to this next subject line and topic line. We got a little ways to go before we get to the main entree, of the tone setter with what Troy Aikman had to say. I would say this. Boy, collecting those receipts and proving people wrong is the number one thing to do over here these days around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the Cowboys collectively, they got to look into that mirror. They got to say, this is what we want to do. Too many people had sit back and said to themselves that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, too many people had said to themselves that the Cowboys won't do this and the Cowboys won't do that. When are we going to prove those people wrong? Well, it's here. It's right here. This game.
Damn!
This game, you have every opportunity to prove those who say you can't stop the run. And I get it. Yes, the Ravens are 0-2, right? And yes, they're going to say that the Ravens have unbelievable run game. Their back is against the wall. They're a better team. They don't get blown out. Well, right now, everything is right in the face of the Cowboys to prove them wrong. Now, granted, let me see if I can find this right here. There will always be the naysayers. Let's listen to this right quick again.
Yeah, no disrespect to Trey Lance, but really hard to simulate what you get from Lamar Jackson. And they've got to clean things up because it's not just Lamar Jackson that you've got to contend with. It's Derrick Henry who...
Hold on, before I go further. No, we didn't. Action Powell says we had the same opportunity last game, Law. No, we didn't. If we were to blow out the Saints 50-3, what would be in the goalpost, y'all? If we were to blow out the Saints 50-3, or if you just flip the score and the Cowboys beat the Saints 44-19, what would they say? I want people to put that in the comment box. What would they say? What would they say? What would they say? Come on with it. They would have been like, hey, man, that's Saints, man. Do that with a good team, man. That Saints team didn't even make it to the postseason last year. You know, the Saints, Saints not good. They would have been literally saying, hey, man, well, do it against the Ravens. They would have continued to pick up the goalposts and moved it. Yeah. Or, hey, do it in the postseason, right? We don't care about the regular season. None of this stuff. Everybody that we talked about this year, especially the Cowboys, they said, man, look, man, you don't give a dog what they do during the regular season. It's the postseason. But now everybody cares about what we do during the regular season now, and that's crazy. Yeah, they've been saying Saints trash, man. That's what y'all supposed to do. Y'all at home, the Cowboys. They just wait. They're accident waiting to happen. You can book it. Now, here's the outline for all of this stuff. We can literally say that for all 31 teams outside of the Kansas City Chiefs. An accident waiting to happen. Even if you look at it from the Rams, when they won the Super Bowl, did they win the Super Bowl in 99? If I were to say that Rams are an accident waiting to happen, I would have been right for at least 20 years. Because they didn't win the Super Bowl again until 2021. Or when did they win it? 2021 or 2020, something like that. I would have been right. They'd be like, that dude Law, I would have been right for north of 20 years. Accident waiting to happen. If I were to have the same talk track and energy for the 49ers since 19 of 94, and I say, hey, just wait, you can book it, I can tell you they are an accident waiting to happen. You can book it. I would have been right. I would have been right for 29 seasons. Yeah. So that notion that this particular way of talking football came from Stephen A. Smith before I play anything else. I just got to say this, though, and we got reports that John Stevens, he's getting ready. He's about to play this weekend. Hopefully he will be active this week. There will be a nice thing. There will be a great, marvelous thing here with John Stevens. Let me see what we got here. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe. Y'all know what I'm about to play. Hold on. The man that really propelled this whole thing. There you go.
Micah Paul says, listen, when I'm laughing, y'all, it's at the Cowboy fans. It's not at the players. It's at the Cowboy fans. You know how I love to see them miserable. Did you see that?
Lean forward. Hold on to your head. Slap the hairline back on. His hairline right here. Let me slap it back off. That's the softest way to say, oh man, when I laugh at the Cowboys, it's not about the players. It's about the fans. But what the hell happened when one of the fans become the players? Do that resolve them? No. Anytime you laugh at one, you're laughing at all. That's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the softest guy on TV.
Micah Paul says, listen, when I'm laughing, y'all, it's at the Cowboy fans. It's not at the players. It's at the Cowboy fans. You know how I love to see them miserable. Did you see them crying last week? They were crying last week. There were people actually crying last week in the game when they lost to the Northern. It was hilarious. They were crying, man. It was priceless, man. I'm just trying to tell you right now, it was a beautiful moment to see them Cowboy fans smile. Some of them were crying already because they know it's a sign of things to come. Look, man, last 4 losses, man, the Cowboys, you gave up 690 yards rushing and average 173 yards a game.
So the fans didn't give that up. We didn't give up 690 something yards. The players did. And scoffing and laughing. That is upon the players. It is. So when you use that outline, we don't have no damn control of the outcome of the game. The players do. The players do. When it's supposed to shoot through A or B gap, the players do. So laughing at us and using to say that you're laughing at us, no, you are laughing at the players. In the words of Dr. Umar, that brother should get 80,000 lashes. You know. So that's just what it is. We have no control of the outcome, ladies and gentlemen. The players do. We have no control of the outcome, but the players do. The players got to stop the run. The player must run the ball. Those are the things that we've been talking about here. Tangible things. So, what need to happen, and we will find a way to donate $500 to the first NFL Cowboy player charity. If for one damn time they stand up for us, because we stand up for them and they never stand up for us. When will this nonsense stop? When will somebody check Stephen A. Smith? I got $500 on the table right now to the first player. Send it out to him that stands up for us. That's what needs to happen. And say, nah, dawg, you ain't finna use us. And I know Jerry Jones don't need the money because he the one bringing the guy to the doggone picnic. Come on, man. It's crazy. The players got to want it more than the fans, Law. You're right, Walk Dog. Let's slap Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, Walk Dog is right. The players got to want this more than the fans. They got to look into the mirror and say to themselves, this is what we want. This is our house, not nobody else's house. That's what need to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Walk Dog with a great super chat there, man. Really great super chat.
Wanted to come to Dallas. The Cowboys could not afford him. So you've got to think he is looking forward to this one. The mood in the locker room, very different than last week today, Mike G. You know, this is a team now that is 30th in terms of rushing efficiency. They're allowing the 4th most yards after contact per carry. Micah Parsons describing this loss as embarrassing. Told us we've got access to the All-22. You go look at it. So I took that challenge up. Shout out to NFL Pro. It'll easily load up all of those Alvin Kamara touchdowns for you. And I can't imagine that this was a good film session this week. You'll see a lot of missed tackles, a lot of mid and outside zone, a lot of space to run. You know, Micah Parsons said you've got to have effort and technique. All 11 have to have the same mindset. And the issue you've got with Lamar Jackson coming into town, according to Eric Kendricks, 1 minute you think he's going to play one way, but he has patience. He'll give you a design run play, the drop back game, and then next thing you know, if he runs with it, he runs like a running back. So he creates that extra gap and he creates that extra space for you. And so one of the things that Micah Parsons talked about this week was this idea that perhaps Mike Zimmer would have him play the spy, you know, make sure that he is constantly keeping an eye on Lamar Jackson. The problem is you've got to ensure that everyone else is doing their jobs if that's Micah's one job. And if you looked at the tape last week, you'll see a lot of missed tackles, a lot of guys slow to get to their man, and specifically on the inside, you know, they've been trying to bulk up the interior of this defensive line. That struggled mightily last week, and it doesn't help that you also had Mozzie Smith, their defensive tackle, have his back tightened up in practice. He left, so we're keeping an eye on that one. But this is going to be a tall challenge for them, and you've got a Ravens team that is hungry to get their first win of the season.
All of this hunger for a first win of the season. Damn it, the Cowboys should be just as starving. Our bellies should be touching our backs. We should be like, for $1 a day, you can feed the Cowboys. They are hungry. For $1 a day, your donations could help feed the starving Cowboys. That should be the message right there. When you starving and you got that steak on the table and it falls off and hit the floor, you ain't too boozy and too nice to say, oh, I'm gonna throw that one in the trash can. No. You eating that steak or food off the floor. I want us to be that damn hungry. I want us to be that starving. That's what needs to happen. We got to have this desire. And for anybody to say, hey man, the players that's on this team, oh my gosh, they should want to embrace this last week film session. Offensively speaking, defensively speaking. They should want to watch that tape so much that is burning the fibers of their brains and mind to know how not to play football. They should watch that tape cover to cover to every inch of that particular film that they know it by heart on ways not to. Write this down. You learn more from your failures than your success. Let me repeat. Repeat this, por favor. You learn more from your failures than your success. You learn more from your failures than your success. That should be the mindset from this particular thing. DBs on the outside, contain. Linebackers, slow until you know. Don't over pursue. Make sure you get the right angles. Safeties, damn it, it's in the name of the way you play. Safety, you the last line of defense. If anything, keep everything in front of you. Don't let nobody get behind you. That should be the spit that's coming out of the mouths of the coaching staff. And if you're not ready to play, then hit the bench. I'm sending you to IR. We're not looking for no excuses around here. And run game, hey, if you are a running back and if it's time for you to block and step into the gap of the quarterback, you do that. Dak Prescott, go through your progressions. If it's not there, throw the damn ball away. Don't force it. I don't give a dog how much we are down. Let's not squeeze things and make this thing more complicated. We are paying you $231 million guaranteed. I need for you to handle this. If it's not the proper play, check out of it. I need that type of spit to come out of the coaches' mouths. And we're going to make sure if they get a player down on the ground, we are not helping up nobody. This is our house. And they decide to walk in our home with their shoes on. We taking off everything. We finna set this thing off. We finna pop off over here. Yeah. And if you don't like what I'm saying, don't let that door hit you. Well, let it hit you. That's what we need. Some stern coaches. I'm going to bring mentality, tone to the table. Yeah, Walt Dog, appreciate you for the super chat. Our players doesn't need any more motivations or prep talk. It's simple, get it done, right? But they going to have something. Because if not, I'm going to make sure we're going to take a bowl of ants and put it in the pants and get these things moving. Yeah. We got to be ruthless. We got to have a different mindset around here. Chauncey Golston is another super chat from Sightings. And Osa been getting ran through for the last 3 seasons straight. They don't get disciplined. What the F is going on with this team? Well, it takes coaching, and this is a new coaching staff, to really identify that. You see, and the Sightings, this is a trickle down from the GM over to the players. You see, a general manager's duty is to say to the coaching staff, my job, my duty is to replace you if you don't get it done, right? And to also have a meeting with the players and to say, hey, if you don't get it done, we trading you to Pelican Bay shoe program, you know. That's where you're going to be at. And if these coaches under contracts can't get the job done, I will have another coach in here tomorrow. That seat that you sitting in can be really replaced with another butt. And I'm going to be giving you the PG-13. We need to have those type of meetings. And it's happening all the time. Literally, all the time. Production meeting happening all the time. We used to put people on PIPs, performance improvement. And you got a certain amount of time. If it don't hit those measures, and if you're not hitting the things and the marks that we agreed upon, you sign that. That's why I get them to sign. I got you to sign because those are the obligations that you said that you will be able to suffice. Now, therefore, since you didn't meet the agreements that we said that we're going to set out on this date that you signed, it's time for someone else to have that particular shine. That's how it's supposed to go. Yeah. Bring back the PIPs, man. Performance improvement plans. Yeah, that's old management days back in the days. But I'm telling y'all, that's how it should go. But it's not happening here, unfortunately. But let's just go ahead and go to the main conversation piece. Let me create something right here with Troy Aikman, one of my favorite Cowboys of all time. Let me see if I can slide a little picture of him right here. Yeah, put him right here in the corner right here. And let's get this show on the road, baby. Put a
Morning,
one in
Troy.
the chat.
George,
Good
good morning. Well, that loud thud we heard on Sunday was the Cowboys just getting whipped by New Orleans, and we've been trying to talk about this even historically, what it means if you get routed during the season. What does it mean about your team? If nothing else, it brings on doubt, doesn't it?
I was going to ask, what did y'all decide?
We decided there's doubt, and history tells us, at least in the last 21 years, the Cowboys have not taken a loss like this and ever won a playoff game in the same year. So it does bring in doubt, and for good reason after that thumping on Sunday.
Yeah, I thought, tells you what I know about the league. I thought going into the game it would be a rout, but I thought it'd be Dallas that was giving it. So, I was really surprised. I'm familiar with the Saints from last year. Of course, I haven't seen them this year. The win they had week one, I think people overlooked because it was against Carolina. This definitely put them on the map, and the confidence loss for Dallas. I mean, you can only imagine how high they're riding right now in New Orleans. So probably when we look back on that game itself, I think we'll look at it a little differently because I think New Orleans is better than what people thought coming into the year, and will probably prove that as the year goes along. But I did go back and watch the defense, and I didn't see any. I didn't see anyone that I thought played well. I thought a lot of guys played poorly. I didn't see the effort that you would expect to see. Defensive linemen getting knocked off the ball 10 yards. Things that you just simply do not see in this league. So it was. I can only imagine how hard that was on Monday to watch that film because it was not pretty.
Definitely not pretty, yeah. Heavy is the crown. Heavy is it. When something goes wrong, the head get all of the blame. This is how it goes. There's only, we can go back and forth and say, well, the O-line was terrible. The wide receiver's not on the same page. And we can go back and forth and say, hey, the running backs wasn't increasing, doing this and that. There's only 2 records that's recorded on win-losses. That's recorded. You can look it up. It counts as a stat, even though win-losses are not quarterback stats. But it is. When a quarterback wins games, they pull it up. If the running back win games, it's not even in the records. When the coach win games, it goes up. When the coach lose game, it goes up on the record sheet. Such and such coach is such and such record. Why is that, Law? Because they are perceived to be the leader of that particular organization and team. That's how it is. Crazy to what it is, when a wide receiver run the wrong route and the quarterback drops back and throw the ball, that INT, it doesn't go and falls and put in on the wide receiver. It goes to the quarterback. Until you understand that, that's why Dak Prescott is always going to get the heat. Heavy is the crown of the seat that he sits in. Unfortunately. Now we can analyze and say, well, Brooks the one that slipped. The tackle is the one, Terrence Steele, then whiffed on the block and almost got his quarterback killed. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. That's just what it is, unfortunately. That's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, unfortunately, that's how it is. Troy Aikman, listen to more what he's going to say. Yeah.
Last season, coming out of the season, the concern was, well, they can't stop the run and they can't run the ball. And they don't appear to have really addressed that in the offseason because they've started now a season where they can't really stop the run or run the ball. Is that something they can overcome this year, or how difficult is it going to be to have a really good season when you still have those two problems?
That is challenging. I think the for the obvious reasons. I do think that there's a tendency for, it's all coach speak. Hey, we got to run the ball. We got to stop the run. And in the league that we're in, there's a hell of a lot more to winning football than those two things. With that said, I feel that being able to run the ball, my thought is that the offensive line typically sets the tone for the entire team. And if you've got a physical offensive line, you generally have a physical team.
Did y'all hear that? Yeah. If you have a physical offensive line, you literally have generally a physical team. And that is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Outside of P. Diddy, I don't care how much truth he say, he ain't gonna be free. But yeah. It's crazy out here, right? Shout out to those who've been following that storyline there. And to a point and to a degree, let me share this with you. And this is very much so tangible to a degree. We're going to read what my guy states right here once again. For those, my top 5 QBs of all time. This is Outlaw. Shout out to the Outlaws. Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino. It states here, those same 5 QBs combined team win/loss record when their opponent scored 40-plus points is a whopping 2-37. And they pretty much said, but people are expecting Dak Prescott to pull that off. Get with me on this one. Our wish list all this offseason were can we stop the run and can we run the ball? Now, I'm with the belief in the mindset that they went out this particular offseason and improved on this offensive line. But you going to see still growing pains from Cooper and from Tyler Guyton. Because when you depend on the youth and the rookies, there will be slip-ups. There will be over-analyzations. It normally takes a minute for all of these guys to come together. Now, Terrence Steele, he's still having a slow start, and he ain't no damn rookie. But in order for us to have a run game that's going to be tangible enough to get things going, they're going to have to keep something consistent. They're going to. Running back by committee may work with a veteran offensive line group. People where they know where they're supposed to be at on their blocking assignments. But when you have the youth and you don't have the experiences to get those corners, we're going to see some irregularities, or we're going to see some ambiguities, or we're going to see not some good, concise stuff with this run game. It's all about feel. It's all about also the temperature of the moment. So with the expectations for us to have run game, we're going to have to look into the mirror and say to ourselves, hey, is this running back committee is really worth it? Or should we just go into the mindset to set the tone and we let this person continue to pound the rock so that these guys can get used to this particular thing called football? And then we insert the other running backs. That should be the situation there, ladies and gentlemen. But let's play the rest of this wonderful display of an interview from
With that said, I feel that being able to run the ball, my thought is that the offensive line typically sets the tone for the entire team. And if you've got a physical offensive line, you generally have a physical team. And I would say the same on the other side. If you're physical on the defensive front and able to stop the run, it creates a toughness and a mindset that permeates throughout the entire locker room. And when you don't have that, it's challenging. So when you have to rely on throwing the ball or you're not able to stop the run, and that's really the formula that the teams that have had success against the Cowboys, that they have had to play. Now, there will come a time, this has been going on now for a few years, there will come a time when the formula changes. But what it's been, going back to San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, it's the way Sean McVay has wanted to play Dallas when they've played in the postseason. We saw it last year with Green Bay, and then we saw it again with New Orleans. It's no coincidence that they all come from the same coaching tree, but they approach it the same way, in that Dallas has some things that can create some problems. And so be as physical as you can, run the football, get it to manageable third downs, convert, run the football some more, and just play this kind of street fight type game. And Dallas has yet to really respond to that.
We it got to be rules. They don't like that sandlight fight, a street fight. Getting ran through. Getting ran through. Hey, on top of that, NFC East run defense, who would have thunk of that the Commanders, 4.6 yards per carry they allow, and that's the best in the NFC East for right now. It's only a Costco size right now, sample size. Dallas number 2. Boy, that Saints game messed up our average there, by the way. 4.9 for your mind. Then the Giants, 5.3. And then the Flying Eagles fly. They allow 6.4 yards per carry. The Saints probably Birdman hand rubbing right now. Is that game away? Do the Saints have to go away, or is it a home game for the Saints? Because if they in New Orleans on that fast turf, woo-wee, It's going to be a long day for the Eagles, but that's a whole nother conversation. We got own problems over here that we got to correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to correct this. And I'm not finna go through an entirety of the season as a Cowboys fan without yelling to the high heavens, get that damn number down. 4.9 yards per toe. I wouldn't even try to throw the ball. Shoot, I could just run it all day. Oh, yeah, if a team can literally get 4.9, they can just run it up all day. And that's what they're going to do. Okay, so Brandeis states that the game is in New Orleans. Uh-oh. I can't wait to see that game.
They've lost those games when teams have played that style, when teams have been pretty good. So, it's a week-to-week league, as we know. There's a lot to work on this week, and we get a chance in what now becomes a huge game for week 3 of the season. More so for Baltimore, but I think it's almost as important for Dallas as well. Not you can climb out of 1 and 2, but if they were to lose at home again in a game like this, it could, I don't want to say derail the season, but you talk about doubting and losing confidence, that would only add to it.
It's been going on a long time. When you were playing, it was probably not unusual for you to be warming up for a game and some prince from Saudi Arabia would be like 10 feet away from you. But, and I know Jimmy wasn't a big fan of that, but okay, Sunday, here's Mike McCarthy, who's seen the Saints on film. He knows what they're in for. And he looks over and there's Mike Tyson and Jake Paul doing this photo op on the field. It's got to drive football coaches crazy, doesn't it?
Well, I saw something. I guess it must have been on Instagram. They said nobody wins the pregame like the Cowboys. And so,
yeah, that's important.
This was before the game started, and it's easy. To answer your question, coaches hate it. Every coach who's been through the building hates it. But it remains the same because at his core, Jerry's a showman. He's a marketer, and that's why the Cowboys are worth $11 billion. And so that's you got to work around it is what you have to do, and it's not always easy to do. And it's what I've said over the years that there are a lot of things that can distract a player from the task at hand, and it's up to them, and it's up to the coaches to figure that part of it out, because it's just simply not going to change.
I like Troy. Troy called it how it is, He said nobody likes that. Nobody wants that. We want to be focused in, man. Perception is not reality, but dog it, sometime it is. Oh, sometime it is. Oh, man, Jerry ain't out there making plays. Let him hang out with Mike Tyson. Let him hang out with, who's the other guy? His name keeps slipping my mind. Let him hang out with the other guy, Joe Rogan, whoever the other guy was, Let him hang out with those boys. Let him do those things, What's the other guy name? Paul something, Logan Paul, Ryan Paul, whatever their boy's name, So that throws off the psychiness of, hey, man, pain is edible at up or serve out to the opponents. Pain is edibles. Eat up and serve out to the opponents. Yeah. Johnny Paul. Okay, that's his name. John Paul. Yeah. So, CJ, appreciate you for your support. So, it is what it is, Whatever the name of the guy, Justin Ryan, or Ryan Justin, whatever the name is, John Paul, John, Logan Ryan, Logan Paul, what them the boys? They rich. The man got his own money, basically. Unbelievable. If I keep talking bad about him, he might challenge me. Law, come meet me in the ring, Law. Come meet me at the ring. Then I just get my guy Trip Aces on him, you know. Hey, CJ, you messed me up on that super chat. I ain't going to even lie. He shot me down. Jake Paul is his name. Shout out to you, man. I don't know why I want to call him Ryan Paul or Logan or something. But unbelievable YouTube pages. I think that's how they started off. I will say this, though, ladies and gentlemen. Distraction is a crazy thing. Some people, writers, sometimes will go into the woods in the cabinetry to get away with family and friends just to write their book and novels and stuff like that. Before you go to war, you know, it was a story back in the days that this fighter named Uriah, I hope I'm saying this man's name right, and the king sent him out to war to distract him, right? And he ended up, you know, being with that man's lady, you know what I'm saying? But he tried to send him off to war to kill him. But he tried to bring him back so he can be with his lady. And he was just so fixed on, and I'm giving the paraphrasing of the story line here, but he was just so focused on war that he didn't even sleep with his own lady. So it backfired on him, you know. Logan Paul is his brother. He's in WWE. Appreciate you. So you got to have your mindset together, man. And when you got so many things pulled apart from this area to that area, you know, it just throws you off. But you got to have a mindset that I'm all about this particular game and at this particular moment. Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to you, CJ. All good, Law. I'm California country when reading as well. Yes, indeed, man. I'm Mississippi country, you know. Bring back the Wishbone playbook, Law. Plays, man, if you try to install them now, it's going to be difficult, bro. Those are things that you will have to install a little bit before time frame. You got to have that continuity and rapport. See, these guys are sweating. Every loss, they come back to their ladies. And they saying, are you thinking we going to be in this school district for another year? Should I, invest in this gardener for another year? And he's telling them like, I don't know. Look, let's not build this part of the house a little bit bigger. Because if we don't win, we might get canned. Yeah. And we're gonna be looking for jobs and stuff. So, and I mentioned this before, it trickles down to the other side. Don't nobody want to work temp jobs. Right? I've been there before. I worked temp agencies, man. Shoot. They don't want to give you 32. They don't want to give you over 32 hours a week. You be sitting there like, hey, in the way I can work a little extra. Nah, we got to cut you. You a temp. Everybody else get paid PTO, paid time off. You sitting there looking like, hey, what about me? You one of the temps, man. This dental plan is for the permanent workers. You be sitting there like, man, F y'all low key. If Jay Business like facts. See, that's why some of y'all can identify with that. That's what every staff member is on right now. They're on a temp job. So if you're on a temp job, there's two types of temp workers. A temp worker that would overwork so that he can get the job and he would push somebody else in front of the bus, or the temp worker that will be working one job and applying for another one every day. Did you get the job? Let me see. I don't know. And I'll call back next week. Did you get the job? Nah, they still didn't give me that damn job. That's just how it is. Somebody working temp now over here watching Law Nation. Hey, your production numbers down. Yeah, I already heard the news. y'all cutting us all anyway after October, after Halloween. So I'm tempting to give y'all the same amount of temp that you're giving me. Yeah. And then out of this temp people, they have 10 employees, and we only gonna hire 2. Let that leak out. Shoot. There'll be some stabbing in the back and all of that stuff, man. You know. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, been there before.
Shame.
Man, I'm just trying to get to 40 hours, man. Trying to get this vision plan together, man. Yeah, I got a tooth way in the back that hurts, man, and I don't have no dental plan. But shoot, the permanent employees get all of that. We don't get none of that, and that's where we at with this particular team. Mike McCarthy, he's a temp worker. Mike Zim is a temp worker. Schottenheimer is a temp worker. Jeff Blasco's a temp worker. All of these guys are temps. Nobody got a contract beyond 2024. Yeah. Temp workers are saying temper your expectations. Yeah. So Jay Business said, hey, Law, they always lay you off right before the holidays. Riggs! Yeah. And there's always a brown nose. You got to watch out for the brown nose. Yes, indeed. You be having tissue for him every day. I was working at this temp agency, man, and this dude, the brown nose, all the time. And one time he was like, hey, we can stay extra. We can do extra work. We were like, nah, dog, we got the clubs to go to, man. We just try to make a little money to just go through college, man. And he was trying to, and they said, yeah, we can hold people for 3 more hours. So the next day what we did was we all rallied together. When he came back to his cubicle, we had Charmin tissues, we had Kleenex, we had all of that at his desk. And we said, hey, don't forget to wipe your nose because you got all over it. yeah, all over his nose, boy. That boy with brown nose all day, had us working extra and everything. We looking at him like, y'all know the same story. We in 2 different worlds, but we all have the same story. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Ain't that right? So back to football, these guys on temps. So I need to know whether or not they're going to be hired full-time or not full-time. Are they going to be the guy that's going to put in extra time? Or the moms in them, because mama knows, and the girlfriends and the Swedes and the side chicks, are they look? Oh, did I say that out loud? And the side ladies, I said it again. They are looking to say, are you still going to be in Dallas next year? Jordan Phillips got laid off before week 3. Yup. No full-time jobs available before them. This is from Chris Blunt. You're right. But they want full-time expectations. And that, my friend, is a dangerous plan. So how these Cowboys prepare and be ready for this particular game will prove it all. Will these coaching staff coach like they are on fire, like they are about to get extended and not be temp workers? Will they be looking at it from that particular perspective? They need to. Yeah, risk just fine, and they fired him anyway, or they laid him off anyway. What I could think of with Jordan Phillips is that they didn't probably like the way he played on tape, and they wanted to save face. And they say, yeah, wrist hurt a little bit, don't it? No, my wrist is fine. Damn it, that wrist hurt a little bit. What you trying to say? Yeah, that wrist hurt a little bit, don't it? Yeah. Dang, send him to IR. Because they don't want to eat that word of he getting cut. That's going to look crazy on whoever banged the table and said, this is the bigger body that we need. But what they didn't foresee is that all of a sudden Mozzie Smith back is backed all the way up. So, man, it's going to be crazy how this all unfolds. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, I can tell you one thing. Bet anytime, bet anywhere with this particular people of friends that I can tell you, my bookie, on this particular situation, when you bet with my bookie, you can get these type of results. Let's listen to our sponsors. All right, so this video is brought to you by my bookies. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. 100% match up to $1,000. That's that thou wow. You know what I mean? Plus $10 casino chips. Now, when you use promo code LawNation, we are also going to be able to double your earnings with that. So be sure and be mindful to use promo code LawNation. On top of that, loyalty pays really well over here. They got a loyalty program with my bookies, whereas the longer you in with us, the higher you grab your tiers. It's like this. The more you play, the more you win. So that's a win-win deal with my bookies. Keep in mind, when you're all around my bookies, just use promo code LawNation and we'll take real good care of you, because this is the most wonderful time of the year. Football season. Let's get it. Let's go, man! This video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There's no other app better than SeatGeek. Not number 2, not number 3, but #1. SeatGeek. There are more than 70,000 events in SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals. And for transparency, each ticket is graded on a scale from 1 to 10. So green means good, red means bad. So I would tell you, look for the green tickets. And you know I came through for you guys. Use my code LawNation for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's right. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code LawNation. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. SeatGeek. Let's get it. Code. Let's go, man. Use code LAWNation for your tickets on SeatGeek. My bad. I gave him a double commercial right there. But I appreciate y'all love and adulations for those who stand and sticking around for these type of things to help elevate. Now, I've seen tickets out there for low as $40, and then you take 20 off of it. Shoot, you can pretty much walk into the game. You know what I'm saying? You can find $10 on the street somewhere and get inside. So shout out to SeatGeek, man. I appreciate for them for sponsoring this show and this video. And let's go, Cowboy Nation. This phone lines will be brought to you by SeatGeek as well as our buddies in my bookie. So appreciate you. Let's go. No holiday pay. Boy, them the worst and the rough days, man, being a temp, man. I ain't gonna even lie. But it built you. It made you appreciate. The jobs or the career that you have, because it's different between having a job than a career. And if you know the difference, let me know in the chat. But when you're in a career and you're hungry enough to know it, you figure out ways to get in, you know. But before we open up the phone lines, let me just say this, though. If you want it so bad and you know that there's a way, the greatest amongst you will be a servant. I remember applying for jobs and getting so many rejections that I let the rejections become my vitamin, right? I used to see a job that would come open. I apply for it. For someone else to get it, I'm angry and I'm upset about it, right? And then I know I'm better than that person. That person leaves the job, right? Or got fired or went off to another spot. And I apply for it again. And I was like, hey, you're missing your #1 guy, you know. And still didn't get it, right? But that builds you and that makes you hunger even more. So that's the PhD mentality, poor, hungry, and determined. So sometimes you can utilize temp agencies to get inside, right? To get familiar with their system and programs and learn. So not all things are negative with temp agencies and jobs. You know, one of my first temp agency was with a law firm. You know, shout out to Judge Ford, that's in the state of Mississippi. Unbelievable. Ford law firm, worked with him as a paralegal assistant while I was in school or what have you, and finishing up under my business degree. Great temp job. And then once I finished school, I was able to go back to them and work for them, you know, for a spell. Yep. So tempting, ain't nothing wrong with that, But I'm just letting y'all know that those are some ramifications of tempting. And if you really want to get in, and just a side note before we really get going, if you really want to get in with the U.S. government, I will say this right here. Just a little word to the wise. Volunteer. Volunteer your time. Volunteer your services. Show your value. And those who are willing to roll up their sleeves and still have their resume together and go in and give them the unbelievable work efforts, they will see that. And once you in the system, you in. That's a little note from Law Nation Sports, man. So for those who trying to get in, hey, I'm trying to get in with the state. Volunteer, because they're going to have to go through the same process of when you get the regular job. You know what I'm saying? They get the background check, make sure that everything else is there. And the same thing on the government level, state level, private sector, hey, I don't know. But, it's just what it is. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hey, Jay Business says, dang, Law, you talking about my life's true story. Yeah, see, that's what I'm here, man. That's why I'm here, man, to help folks, man, shoot.
Call my phone, hit my line, only ones who
Don't nothing happen by mistake. I always try to leave some type of value to you that goes beyond just football, right? Keep getting these rejection letters, Law. Well, you're not the only one, although we might think we are. 657 390 7391. Be sure to use promo code LawNation. That's on my bookie as well as sports like SeatGeek for your sports entertainment and beyond. You can have a ticket to go see Kevin Hart. You can still use Law Nation. 657 390 7391. All the way from Denver, Colorado. Let's go. You're live on the Nation.
Tuning into the Nation of the Law.
Yeah.
What's up, Law? Today I just wanted to drop a couple things from what I saw on the tape from the highlights. I don't think the issue so much is the running backs. I think it's kind of the run play calling and maybe the running back coaching. What I see what I saw just looking over a couple plays on tape and consistently have seen this throughout preseason and the season is we have gaps that are wide open, but the play call is not called to those gaps. And it looks like the running backs have been coached to hit the hole that they're told to hit rather than just looking for the open space.
Well, that is a thing. Well, scheme is one thing and talent is another, right? Do you think that if you put Barry Sanders in this system or Emmett that we'll be still having the same poor run designs, run plays?
So if the coaches if you have a running back coach that's telling you not to go to open space,
right,
and he's telling you got to hit the hole, and then also they're getting very few carries because you know how running backs are.
Right.
You get more carries, you get a feel for the game, and then it kind of like DeMarco Murray didn't start off getting 5 yards a carry when he was having that great seasons for us.
Right.
He'd start off slow, and then towards the middle of the game he'd break one, or after a few plays he'd break one. So he'd get a feel for the game, and then he'd really break it. What I've seen with all these running backs consistently is there'll be a wide open hole or a huge cutback lane, and they're not going to the open space. I mean, if you had Barry Sanders is different.
That was a little bit more of a stretch by me to mention one of the greatest running backs of all time, but especially by that measure. Yeah, I do agree with you on that. But keep going.
And Emmett was great too. But if Emmett's coach was telling him to not hit the hole that you're told to hit and not hit the cutbacks, and you get in trouble or pulled for the cutbacks,
Right.
you're already not getting very many reps because it's 3 running backs. You're doing what the coach says. I think that might be an issue. So I mean, that's just what I've seen on the film.
Right.
Looking at it from the outside. So I don't know the insides, but that's what it looks like to me.
I think that. Go ahead. I was going to say this before you go to your other point. It's been 5 years going into the 5th year. What is the ultimate Mike McCarthy's philosophy on offense? What is his philosophy to you? What did he like to do?
I mean, he's a pass guy. He's never been known for having great run games.
Okay.
He's had good running backs, but still, he's always been the quote unquote. I don't know if he's a quarterback guru, but he's had very good quarterbacks under him. So
Okay.
he's not a run guy.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been known for that. So that might be why they're calling they're literally calling plays to where it's very easy for the defense to stop them. Where if they call the play a gap over, it's like wide open. You know what I mean? Or they're coached. We do this zone run scheme, this down blocking, and there's cutback lanes open all the time. But our running backs aren't looking for the cutback lanes. They're just going into piles. And we've got great running backs that in college tape and previous tape hit wide open gaps. You know what I mean?
All right. So based off of your football knowledge, what is Harbaugh?
Yeah.
What is his philosophy when you see him on offense?
Harbaugh.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
I'm not very familiar with all these different coaches. But,
What about Shanahan? What do you think they try to
He
do?
was the quarterback. Sorry, go ahead.
What about Shanahan? What do you think they try to do?
Oh, what they want to beat you every way possible and create. They want to create mismatches and misdirection. And just confuse the shit out of you and take what they give you. But their base of that is being able to run the ball.
Run the ball.
Base running, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what all of it derived from Mike Shanahan to Kyle Shanahan, and now you see all of the Shanahans, the McVays, the McDaniels. So they got a principle and a philosophy. So well, Mike McCarthy, he comes from that West Coast offense. You see your drags, you see you see some plays there are long developing because it's more of the older school of West Coast deals there, but running from Mike McCarthy is a secondary. It's like the the side dish. It's not the main piece. The main piece is I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to utilize the middle of my field with my tight end. And if my receiver, like the X receiver, can win on the outside, yeah. But what happened is that in this particular situation, he got a phenomenal receiver by the name of CD who's lines up inside. Oh, yeah. So now that takes away from what he overall likes to do. And that's why it's so strange to me to see Mike McCarthy with a tiny guy like Brandon Cooks on the outside. When you really look at all of his systems, he always had the bigger wide receivers, the bigger tight ends that's athletic. In this particular situation, he don't have that. And I don't think that he can operate. Go ahead. Go do your thing.
So with Brandon Cooks on the outside, I mean, man, I like Brandon Cooks. I think he's a good guy. He's an honorable guy. I think he's a hard worker.
Yep.
But, like, man, we need some guys that are shifty and creating space. And I haven't seen that from Brandon Cooks this season.
Yeah.
Honestly, I said this the last time when I called in on the thing. I think Flournoy, even with the limited reps we've seen of him, he's probably the second best receiver on the team. Because he's shifty. He gets in and out of breaks. He knows how to set up a DB. He's got great hands, great finishing. I think that dude was a steal in the draft. So I think he's got a lot of potential. I don't know if because of politics we won't see it this season, but I mean, Brandon Cooks isn't really doing much. He got a wide open thing where the safety just tried to sit on the route, you know. But other than that, he hasn't really done much. Colbert's starting to get some confidence, but he don't have the shiftiness, you know.
Yeah,
and got the shiftiness, the size, and the speed.
And from I think he's getting $10 or $11 million. I'm not benching that. I got. If I'm paying that, I'm thinking from Jerry Jones' perspective. I need to see that money out there. I need to see my money work, you know. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Unfortunately. No, you good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, you good. In closing.
I was going to say, Mike Tyson's got that quote. Mike Tyson's got that quote. What's it called? He says, "I don't care about jabbing. I don't care about jab, jab, cross. I do what it takes to win. And if we want to win, we need to live by that quote."
No doubt.
Also, too, real quick, I'll go after this. The 3 linebackers need to be Parsons, Overshown, Kendricks. He's a pass rush linebacker, not a defensive end. You can't expect the 240-pound guy to hold the point of attack against 340-pound offensive tackles against the run and consistently win, and then be able to pass rush after that. But that's all I got. Thanks a lot for all you do. Appreciate it. You have a good day.
You as well. Good call from 720. I do like that, Parsons, Overshown, Kendricks. And the person that I'll rotate in and out of that will be Overshown and Mirris. You know, I think that would be the perfect way to set up this defense. I get it. We drafted Parsons to be a linebacker, and he's been a phenomenal edge rusher due to the fact that D-Law got hurt, right? I wonder if, like, on Earth, maybe 15 or 16, that D-Law never gets hurt, you know, and we had Parsons just strictly playing linebacker. I wonder how those seasons were to play out, right? I heard in Earth 19 that, instead of drafting Taco Charlton, we got T.J. Watt, you know, T.J. Watt and D-Law. That's Earth 19, you know. But neither here nor there. It's always good. There's a good caller from the 720. I do like what a gentleman said here. Lambs, Cooks, Flo, Seabass. That will be lights out, nasty good. I'm not gonna take away from what Tolbert is doing. I like him. I think that I really look at Jalen Brooks in the doghouse from slipping on that play. And it was another time during, I think, a preseason game that Jalen Brooks, I said, hey, what was that? You know, so Jalen Brooks, man, I know you got another home game. This is the Cowboys. All it takes is one play for us to forgive you a little bit. But, man, that slip and it literally changed the momentum of the game by, you know, Dak Prescott throwing an interception there. And it was like even Tom Brady, if Tom Brady calls it out, they say, hey, do you go back to the young guy? Tom Brady was like, technically, hell no, I won't go back to him, you know. So at some point, we drafted Ryan. I think that he's a bigger size. He's the kind of caliber of target that Mike McCarthy normally have in his offense. I think that he can probably go with it. Jalen Tolbert, to a degree, he's a bigger wide receiver as well. Sometimes he don't play big in those type of moments, but I do like his hustle. I cannot take that away from him, from landing on that grenade when Dak Prescott fumbled the ball. So we got to give him that. But the person that we need to see a little bit more of is Brandon Cooks, right? Like, I think that in the reality of the worlds, that most of you guys will say, give me Lamb, give me Flo. Let me see what Flo can do. And then Cooks. Tolbert can be that fourth wide receiver. Let me know how y'all think about that. Seabass states that it's been year 3 for Tolbert, kind of like Lance. Here's what happened with Tolbert. He was drafted. He wasn't ready. Dennis Houston outperformed him. We really like Dennis Houston, right? And he got the nod before Jalen, right? The Dennis just disappeared. And then when we try to force Jalen out there, we can clearly see he wasn't ready at all. At all, he wasn't ready. This dude, when we put him out there in Green Bay, he was lined up on the as a defensive back. He was lined up on the opposite side. We're like, what's going on? Come on, man. And then just last year, they was doing the wee-woo stuff with, and shout out to Boss Cowboy with the wee-woo stuff, whereas we saw clearly that Tolbert played better in practice than Gallup. But it goes back to my old statement, what I just said a few minutes ago. Dallas ain't going to let their money sit on the bench. So they was like, Gallup, you and your legs and your knees, you going to be out there. Why? Because they gave Gallup over $40 million, man. Over $40 million. So they said, hey, I got to put my money out there. To the point that y'all can see how bad of a decision that is or was, because Gallup is not even playing in the National Football League anymore. Gallup probably somewhere watching this video, right? Shout out to you, Michael Gallup. You know, I got still love for you, man. But come on, man. Wanza states we can't give up on Brooks. CD started off slow last season also. Let's get a spark so the fire can spread. You right to a degree. Like I said, one play can change the tone of everything. This weekend, Jalen Brooks catch a 60-yard catch and run it in for a touchdown. Hey, because Tolbert last game was in that same boat until he caught that good pass on the sideline, went and reached back for it. Just like old folks say, don't reach. They reached back for it and caught it. And we were like, yeah, that's what we like to see. That what got Tolbert up out of the doghouse. But Jalen Brooks, man, he's on thin ice. And it's not just that play that he slipped on. There was another play, Wanza, that all he had to do is block and anchor his butt so that Cooks can get to the edge. There was going to be a touchdown. That boy got blown through. They bust through him like a wet paper bag. So it's not just that. It's some other stuff that he's not blocking. And looking at Jalen Brooks, and you know, he ain't the biggest dude out there, you know, and like he need a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get no stronger through the season, by the way. But we seen tangible information of this Ryan. He stacked up like a baby Dez Bryant out there. He can block and he will wall you off. I got from the 862, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us. Brought to you by my bookies and SeatGeek. Talk to me.
Hey, Lord, this is Jay from Jersey, man. I really, really enjoy you guys, man. If I had the opportunity, man, I'd put you guys up against Stephen A. and all the bullcrap because you guys kick the ballistics straight out. And it's amazing the bullcrap. I had to shout that out for you guys while I listen to Boss Cowboy and all these. Unfortunately,
hey man, whatever you said, they done got you, man. The semi-Illuminati got you. They took you out, not all the way, but we couldn't hear what you said on that last pieces of it. So say that again.
Oh, sorry, but could you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Say that again, one more time.
Yeah, I was just saying, man. I really, really appreciate you guys, man. You, Jay Tug, Boss Cowboy, you go on and on and on. And I wish I had the opportunity to be able to put you guys against Stephen A. and all them because I know you drop more than dimes on these guys. But anyway, I just had to get that out. Then had to happen. That game to me, with the Saints had to happen. Unfortunately, no, we didn't like it. It had to happen.
Right.
Because now you get a chance to make the adjustment. It's only the second game. It's only the second game, and people acting like this is the last game, like we playing Green Bay. It looked like Green Bay in a different uniform, but the bottom line, is, you know, it's amazing. But this is what I want to say. Go back to what the last caller said, and he's absolutely right. Okay, Michael, you had your fun as being now it's time for you to be a linebacker. We missed that Sean Lee guy.
Yeah.
And that's where Micah can take that place. I know you got Kendrick, and he said, so I think that's great.
Yeah.
They need to make the adjustment. That adjustment has to be made.
Yeah.
They got to do that now. They have to do that now because Micah is fast, and he is strong.
Yeah.
But he has the eye.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that you are 1,000,000% right on that. I think that the Cowboys, the money always going to be the money. Let's be real with it. These guys, it's not like Parsons grew up with a silver spoon, lavish lifestyles and stuff like that, right? So I get it, opting in to play a spot for the ultimate bag, edge rusher. And that's in anything that you do in life, you're going to want to get paid the highest, right? And I'm not saying that he's doing this for the money, but let's be real. We all do things for some type of remunerations, right? So I would say this though, I get it, but on the other side of it, we need him to permanently be the off-ball linebacker that can go hook the sideline. I get it. I know he can rush the passer. We know that. But we need for him to stay at that spot, and I need for the Cowboys to be wise enough to invest on true edge rushers. That's why we dropped the ball, bro. Like if we could go back in time, right? If we can go get a Daniil Hunter, or we can go get a Matthew Judon, right? Like those two, those are bookends, and we know that Matthew is long in the tooth, but we seen the results that he can do, right? Daniil Hunter, we seen what he do. The dude had 18, 19 sacks last season, right? And if we were to get out of our feelings and be all about, hey, I'm going to go ahead and pay this doggone dude by the name of CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, we would have had the money on the front end. We could have scooped up J.K. Dobbins for beans and bologna. You seen J.K. Dobbins, what he's doing? And he's no more than 20. He just turned 25. So we missed out on 3 opportunities just like that because of our stubbornness and not willing to pull up our sleeves and work the free agency. And we wouldn't even be talking about this. And we would have been like, okay, we good. We facing these teams. We would have an explosive running back that we picked up for cheap or for low. We'd have been able to have veteran bookends and Parsons. And we still could have had Eric Kendricks, but Parsons would have been able to roam free and do his thing.
I agree. Definitely. And also, I think, now this is going to sound weird, but I think whenever Mozzie come back because of his back or whatever, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think he need to be a DN because if you actually really look at the game, right, he was definitely getting double. He's getting double.
Wait. Are you saying Mozzie? Been a DN?
Listen to me.
I'm gonna listen properly. It sounds insane. You know.
I know it's gonna sound crazy.
Go ahead.
I know it's gonna sound crazy. I'm telling you. Put him on one end, and you keep 90 on the other end, but you get your 2 stud muffins in the middle. I'm telling you, it'll bring it inward, like you would make a biscuit. You roll it up and then you start to fold it from the end. I'm telling you, it sounds weird. It sounds weird, but I guarantee you, I'm telling you, Mozzie is strong.
Wait a minute. You know, this sounds insane. But this is one thing I'm gonna say with you. It's so insane, bro. Because you know what Mozzie's number one problem is?
What's that?
His get off. He don't have no get off. And if you're gonna put him on the edge with tackles, he's never. Look, I'm gonna run that way, and I'm gonna give you some yards. See, right? His get off is like the tackle gonna have his hands inside, and he gonna redirect and move him around. And look, I love Mama Mozzie. Mama Mozzie. I know you follow the show. Shout out to you, Mama Mozzie. I love you. And I appreciate the words of encouragement and you follow the channel, and I've been talking glowingly of your son. But unfortunately, he's in the wrong environment for the Cowboys. Because the expectations as a number 1 draft pick and also coming from Michigan, there's no love. There's no love for that. There's going to be no love for him, you know. And he coming off of a shoulder thing with new coaching staff. This that's true too. It's got BUST all over him, man. So I hope and I pray that he can get his back together, because the backbone connected to the shoulder bone, and the shoulder bone connected to the get off. I don't know, man. So Mozzie, man, Mozzie mom, mommy Mozzie, you know, I love you. I love your words, but this is going to be a hard hill, a tough hill for him to climb. And I don't see him climbing that hill anytime soon, bro. I appreciate you calling in.
I appreciate it, but I still would give him a chance. I need to get your podium, though, because you're doing your thing and have a collection plate on the side. Continue doing what you're doing, man. I really enjoy you guys, man.
Yeah.
I love the way you kick bricks, man, and throw it right back at the glass house to Stevie and all them.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. That's the guy from Jersey. That's his name. I don't know why I save you in there is that, but I appreciate you. Jersey. He got the Jersey accent, too. But, man, I'm what the dude said, hey, we cooked. That's all I can think of, man. Mama Mozzie, your son is phenomenal. Really good guy, you know. And we hope all is well. But that's another setback, you know. It's another setback, you know, for him to have this back tightness, and he's young. My mom, when I was Mozzie age, and I said, Mom, my back hurt, you know. She said, boy, you ain't got no back yet. You still in your 20s. You just got a gristle. Who's old enough to remember them old folks telling you that? Now get out there and help me cut this yard, you know. My back, you know, you don't got no back. You just got a gristle. We used to have to cut. Look, growing up, we stayed on 4 acres of land, and the riding lawnmower broke, and they still had us cutting yards out there. We had to cut the yard with 4 acres of land on a push mower. I'm like, hey, let's get the riding lawnmower fixed. No. Yeah, you had to god doggone push lawnmower that thing. Yep. Let's go to, we got the 912, and then we have my guy MJ from the 206. So the 912, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us.
Law Nation, how you doing? This is D calling from the 912. How you doing?
Man,
Georgia.
Hey, all is well, man. Appreciate you.
I just want to put out a couple things real quick if I get a couple minutes of your time. I just want to comment on our running back situation. I really think that we need to let Rico eat. I understand Cowboy Nation is happy to have Zeke back, and honestly, I think Zeke has become a specific package back at this time. I think he'll be good in goal line once we get, I say, down to the 3, not the 5, because I think Rico will be effective 5 yards and out. But Rico we just can't evaluate Rico giving him 6 or 7 touches a game. Rico needs to be that running back who's getting 15 or 20 touches a game.
Oh, so you think Rico is a volume? You think Rico is a volume carrier, like the inverse, like volume carry him, and then use Zeke in the goal line, money lines, goal zone type thing.
Exactly. I mean, I played running back in school, and a lot of times I didn't get lubricated until I had like 15, 20 carries, and at that point, that's when you're getting warmed up. You get a feel of what the blocking scheme is, what the defense is doing. Right now, Rico's getting in the game. He's getting like 5 or 6 carries. And the next series is they're bringing in Zeke. They're bringing in Deuce. And I don't think our running game is going to be effective like that. So I really think that we need to evaluate what we're doing in our running game and let Rico eat.
What if it's the first drive is 3rd and 4 shotgun? You got Rico in there, and Roquan Smith saw what Demario Davis did, and Roquan's of the world is about like 2 or 3 tiers better, or tier better than Demario Davis, right? What would you do?
Right.
What would you do if you played back? You played back, right, in college and high school.
Now remember when I said we still have Zeke on the roster. I love Zeke. If we're in obvious passing situations where it's max protect, and if you got Furry out there, if he's going to chip, and that outside linebacker is still coming, obviously you might want to have Zeke in there if we're going to be in max protect, because Zeke's going to pick up the blitz. or if one of our offensive linemen gets beat. But I just think at this point, if I'm a defensive coordinator, if Zeke is in the backfield, I can go 4 down linemen, play 2 linebackers, and even if Zeke breaks the initial line of scrimmage, you have time to recover because he's not explosive anymore. So now Zeke breaks the line of scrimmage, he gets a 3-4 yard run, but that's it. He's not going to get. They're not fearing him breaking a 15, 20 yard run. Even though Tony Pollard struggled last year, the fear of him breaking it caused them to always have 7 or 8 in the box.
What's the longest? I don't like. I like Rico. You know, I like Rico, and I ain't trying to say this because of Mama Rico watching the show. All of the moms and them. but I get what you're saying. But I would literally. This is what I would do, fam. What worked week 1, I would try to do that offensively week 3. You know for sure that this is a physical team. You didn't have the sureness of information that the Saints were going to play you this damn physical. And some Cowboy fans were like, yes, good Lord, the God done blessed us by not seeing Marshawn Lattimore. They wasn't even at their full capacity on defense, and they still looked pretty good against us, dominantly speaking. So you got to understand that if I'm trying to set tones and I'm trying to set the mark, I got to make sure I'm going to start off with at least a hammer. I can slice it up down the line with Rico and Taney Deuce Vaughn and those boys. But I at least want my first blow to be with the hammer, you know, and then I'm going to come back with the sword. I think for sure you are on the right page with the lubes, man, of giving Rico 15 to maybe 20 snaps. But on the first series, I'm bringing out that shotgun. Look, if you see that shotgun, some people
flashes last year.
Say again.
Rico showed some flashes last year when Tony was struggling, when they kind of brought in Rico for a little bit, and Tony ain't get really started until the latter part of the season. That's when Tony really started warming up and producing. But Tony's reputation of being that explosive back coming off an injury. The defense always had to respect that. Right now, defenses they're gonna have basically play 4 down linemen, a couple linebackers, and put everybody else in the secondary to slow down that monster CD and Ferguson, and hope that one of those other receivers beat us, because they're not going to fear the run. Not with Zeke back there. But if Rico gets up, I'm telling you, just give him the touches. If it don't work 3-4 games down the line, I get it. But with Zeke, he's not going to give you that explosive play. He'll give you the tough yards. He'll pick up the blitz, max protect packages, goal line. But outside of that, what are we getting out of Zeke?
Yeah, I just think, man, and I feel you, bro. I just think, I hate to say resume.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. As long as you put that out there.
We wouldn't have this issue.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in. You ain't lying, D. Appreciate it for the 912, man. 912. Okay, that's D, man.
Yes,
it's so hard, man, because if Rico's a volume back and Zeke is a volume back, and this offensive line is still young, still trying to learn, right? On 2 spots for sure, that they run 2 different styles. Like Zeke and Rico are literally 2 different styles, right? And I'm seeing a lot of people saying that Zach Martin, he should have turned his hips inside and blocked that up better, so that DeMario Davis wouldn't go through there and cause this pressure to subside, right? And I get that, and I don't know for sure what Zach Martin was thinking, but you had another layer of protection, which is your running back, that if he can give you a little bit more space on that, that's a completed pass, that's another first down, that's another drive. Maybe this could lead to 7 points, right? And maybe you can say, okay, now that I got this guy that I know for sure that can block it up for me, I can open up the plays a little bit more when they try to delay blitz us, right? And where the pressure is coming from, there should be also a free space there, right? And they probably took advantage of us not having Jake Ferguson, right? Because in this type of game, especially the way Dennis Allen calls his defense, maybe the interior, the middle of the field is going to be open. Well, newsflash, this defensive coordinator that we about to play, he runs a similar situation. So everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And if we are not a dominant run team and we are a dominant throwing team, I would rather have the dominant protection piece so that we can get the ball down the field. And that is Zeke, right? That's just how I look at it. Is Rico better than Zeke in certain fashions as far as speeds and acceleration? That's argumentative, right? That you can literally say, yeah, there's a lot of bursts out of Rico, right? But it's not enough information, whereas the Ravens are going to say to themselves, let's load the box for Rico. Let's bring in a safety down off the roof to make sure that Rico won't gash us. Because if anything, they're going to do this. We'll give you Rico. We will see if we can stop it with 4. And we'll drop people in pressure, and we'll sit on some routes, and we'll pick off Dak Prescott. But with at least Zeke, even if he give you 2 to 3 yards, right, he will drop and pause if necessary. That can tanker his head right in the chest, right in the rib cages. So when the linebacker get up, he's saying, damn, this brother's dropping some spices on me, right? That's all we want is to make them go, that grunt. So we can get that grunt action going, and then it's subject to the play action. Because next time they're going to say, I'm going to try to get him back next time. We're going to see if we can get low and knock him up out of there. That's what I would go far as the juggernaut cranium. Yeah, that's what I would go with this game. That's what I would do. But, if the Cowboys decide to go with finesse, because I look at it and I perceive Rico, Deuce as finesse type of running backs. They are more of your sword. Then we're going to probably get the same results. I need some power. I got from the 206, and we're going to do this.
The conference has been locked.
We got the 206. You're live on the nation. Talk to me.
What up, Law?
Not much, man.
Three quick points. 23, he's not a finesse. He's a hard runner. You got to remember.
Yeah, but you could be a hard runner, but he don't make nobody move though. But go ahead.
No, but he can run because you saw last year. You saw the potential. You got to get the potential. The problem with this offense, we don't let our people show their potential, and we keep going with old fucks, and we don't get nothing. So we're gonna keep getting what we get. So we keep listening to a lot of people. Keep on to go the old way. You're gonna keep losing. You gotta let that young ball get in. They got young legs, and you gotta call better plays. 80 should be in the game. Number 9, I'm gonna say it again. Number 9, number 3 should be running 9 routes. But now we missed 5 touchdowns. The back shoulder played the 88 before he got knocked out, almost knocked out. We missed him going across the straight down the field over to him. Then we missed number 1 for a bomb. We missed 23 out the backfield for a touchdown. You see what I'm saying? That was 5 touchdowns. So, but that's our problem for not playing these guys in preseason. So they still got rust. So I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna give them a break on that. But Fat Boy better come this week with some better play calling, because I saw Oakland did some beautiful plays on Baltimore with their use of tight end. But I'm gonna see. But this Fat Boy gonna have our tight ends do 3 yards. In a smoke of dust.
Yeah. So in other words, man, and I have some confidence in our offense. If Gardner Minshew can win, in a game with good play design and calls, right, and matching their mindset, then of course Dak Prescott and CD and them can win. Yeah. I do agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. So we gotta call better plays, man. Number 9, your coach. Fat Boy can't come out with this bad play calling, man. Because if he do, we're going to get our butt kicked again. Because he calling stupid plays. And then on the down low, like you said, y'all said better with the defense that they wish. This is what I wish we'd have had. I wish we'd have had kept number 96. Like you said, make that money paid. Should have paid Dak and already. They would already been paid before the season started. Bam, you got them out of the way. Then you could have went, get that 3rd or 4th round pick to the Redskins for Allen, who they want to trade. Then you would have had Allen, number 90 in the middle, 96, the young kid. And then, now, he made a good point. I would have put number 97 on the DN because he could get past that rush and make number 11 on the same side of number 90.
No. He wasn't talking about 97. He was talking about Mozzie.
No, I don't want Mozzie. I'm talking about put 97
Oh,
on
yeah, Osa.
Yeah, Osa. And then you put number 11 over there on the side of number 90 at the linebacker. So now the DN and the tight end, he going against the tight end. He should kill the tight end. So now you making them go that way. You see what I'm saying? So you got to mix this stuff up. So it'd be more dangerous. But that's whatever. We just got to see what happens this week. Like I said, if we come out there playing sorry, we're going to get our butt kicked.
Yeah, the matchup is not looking really match-upable. But we got to find a way to win this game, even if it's by 1 point, right? If we do what Atlanta did to the Eagles, if about 1 point, I'm celebrating. We can let light shines and stuff, and you got to take that momentum, and you got to have a short-term memory because in a short week you got to play against the Giants. They could be a little trap thing. But I appreciate you, MJ, for calling, man. I'm going to try to get on up out of here by 3 o'clock, so I appreciate you, though, man. Thank you so much.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? So, hey, y'all, I'm trying to get up out of here by 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 callers left. So, look, keep that in mind because my belly touching my back, and I'm hungry. I know I got PhD on my chest, but let's get it, man, from the 904. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Law, how you doing?
All is well.
Man, I'm trying. I'm running on fumes myself, man. But listen, hey, we got to get it. And we just can't come in this game playing scared. And I think that's what everybody's trying to really say because, we gonna go in this game and you got to come in here and aggressive. Because if you're coming in playing scared, that's what's going to happen. You can't go in there just like, okay, we expect this going to happen, right? And then all of a sudden we're going to click. We can't go in there being scared, and that's what everybody's going to expect. Yeah. And I believe that's what's been happening, and that's what that's exactly what happened last game. Everybody came in there playing scared, and then all of a sudden they got shell shocked. Yeah. So when they got shell shocked, they couldn't recover. So then when they didn't recover, then whoa, they was like, man, they never recovered because next thing you know, they was like 21-6, and then CeeDee Lamb got that one play, he slipped the tackle, and then he went off 65 yards, and then next thing you know, New Orleans went back down there and they scored again, and then all of a sudden there was a slip up on the receiver. And then next thing you know, it got ugly after that. So yeah, we just can't keep falling behind and expect Dak to come in there and do miracles like Tom Brady or something like that. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. And then everybody want to blame Dak for all that. Or say, okay, this is why we give $60 million to. Yeah. And it's not Dak's fault. He gonna get look. Dak wins. If we win, it's because of defense. We lose, it's because of Dak Prescott. Right. This is how it goes for the last years, man. I mean, anybody can do this, man. He's a trailer just hitched to the wagon or whatever, or a trailer hitched to a car or something like that. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But we know how we know who see this game. Like, come on. Oh yeah. I see it both ways, but then we got to get in there and just go in there and just focus on that and just attack them real quick, and then hopefully that we can just go in there and get a quick win, and if we get that big lead or whatever, get some of them players out of the game real quick, and then have a short-term memory and get ready for the Giants on Thursday.
10-4, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, Daryl. Appreciate you.
Hey, no doubt, man. Yeah,
you too. All right, I got from the 901, then we got the 8. We got 901 and 716, and we close with the 832. 901 JV, you're live on the Nation. Talk to us.
What's going on?
Hey man, going great, man. Can't complain, bro.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show today. Look here, I just want to get my thoughts on the game on Sunday. This Sunday, I would like to see our coaches putting our players in positions to succeed.
Right.
I don't want them trying to test out and see what's going to work. I don't want to see them do that anymore. And by saying that, I mean I don't want to see Turpin and Deuce Vaughn in the backfield together.
Right.
And I don't want to see Turpin taking the.
What I called it when I said that's the tiny package. Them jokers had Turpin. I said, man, they brought out the tiny boys, man. Tiny boys. What you gonna do?
And when they call the play, there is no Hunter Luke in the backfield over there, lead blocking for him. Or, like
that was a terrible play, man.
Come on now, I don't want to see Turpin running through the by linebackers and safeties, because I believe he's very, very fast. And New Orleans showed us what to do with very, very fast receivers.
Yeah.
Let them go ahead and take the top off the defense.
Yeah. My goal is for Mike McCarthy to be a thief, to steal those plays that Shaheed ran and say, hey, since I don't know creativity and they know creativity, hey, you is just as fast as Shaheed and them. I'm gonna put you on the same damn route. And Dak, just replicate what Carr did,
All you gotta do, Dak, just throw that ball down the field and let Turpin run up under it.
Hell yeah, that's what I would do. I would have said, okay, y'all did that to me. I would have ran the same play, and at least you get the defense to play honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just give them the threat of that happens, because CD and Brandon Cooks, if they're concerned about Turpin running down the field and taking the top off the defense, CD and Brandon Cooks, they'll route whoever on them up.
Man, I'll walk over to Mike McCarthy one time. Let me get this playbook. Let me get this joystick, Mike. Let me get this damn joystick. Let me show you how to throw this 9 route. Look, we went 4 quarters. We down by 30,000 points, and they didn't send my guy Cavante Turpin on a 9 just one time. No, it was just one time. Look, do a flea flicker at least. Flea flicker.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk to you. And I also don't want to have our quarterback back to the end zone and we're going for it on 4th down. I don't want to see that.
Right. You're going for it. It's crazy, man. Yeah. And I'm going to give Mike McCarthy like a 3rd quarter sponsorship. We're going to be like, hey, this Snicker is brought to you by, All Nation, Mike McCarthy out of Uber Eats. I'm going to Uber Eats him a Snicker. Yeah. I'm going to say, run that down to Mike McCarthy, man.
Get the zones out.
That joker zones out.
But that's all I want to talk about there, Lord. I know you're hungry and thing. I'm about to go and get me something to eat myself.
What you getting? What you getting though, bro? What you getting?
Chicken.
Okay,
fried chicken, bro.
Okay, all right. Hey, you want hard fried?
Yeah, got Jack Hurdles out here.
Okay, shoot.
I put that up against Rudy.
You must be out your mind. All right, well, let's go. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Have a great one. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. That's JV, my guy for the 901. Whenever I'm in 901, Natasha, when I'm up that way, let me know if that chicken, what is he talking about? But yeah, man, DoorDash, Mike, something, man, a sandwich, a Snickers, some Kool-Aid or something. Cause he's like his blood sugar low or something, man. You need to boost him up a little bit. We come out so stale on 3rd quarters. In the 3rd quarter, we just be stale, man. Like, come on, Mike, get it together. Don't receive. Look, I don't want the ball in 3rd quarter. Let the defense be out there on the field first. I got from the 832. You're live, Jay. Talk to me.
All right. What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Talk to me. What you got?
Man, I love my Cowboys, but I think we're gonna have a long season, man.
That Saints game, like, it showed me a whole lot that I didn't like. Like, we don't have any playmakers at the running back position at all, and not one could break a tackle. Like, they was getting tackled by. I went back and watched the game.
Mm-hmm.
They did not break not one tackle.
The running back, like yards out the contact?
The running backs, yeah, yards out the contact, not one. They all got put down by the first guy. Like, it was like, I don't see no explosive plays out of that position at all.
At all, man. That's our Hail Mary would be if we can get like Kamara wasn't running like he was running this year. Like, last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our saving grace right now would be if out of the football gods, man, if they can just show us mercy, man, and grace, and all of a sudden we call up Dalvin Cook, and he can look like the reincarnation of what we seen Dalvin Cook look like back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Because they all the same age. Kamara 29, Zeke 29, Dalvin Cook 20. They all the same age. I'm praying and come on, God. Let Dalvin Cook, let him be that explosive back that we can just see, running all everywhere. He had at one point in time 16 touchdowns in the season, and that was less than 4 years ago, less than 3 years ago too, by the way, I believe.
I mean, we need to try something because I don't see it. What we got on the field now? They need to bring them up. Let me see something, because I just don't see it.
Man,
And Cook, he have a hard time with physical cornerbacks, man.
Yeah, so we use him for outside zone runs. You didn't see Kamara. He didn't run in between the splits. They just say, okay, what's your strength? What you do best? Okay, you running it on the outside. We got a coach that's going to design plays for you to run on the outside. And one play, we finally got some shape, form of pressure, and the score was 14-6. And remember, Carr it was just a check down. He just checked down to Kamara, and Kamara ran it all the way into the touchdown. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's all I had, man. We just got to do something that running back position. Because, like, I'm going to give the receivers a chance.
Right.
I mean, it was a tough game. We ain't had no balance, so it was like it was all on them with the defense they was playing. So we ain't had no real good balance. But we get something out that running back position, I believe it'll help our passing game out. Because Dak's still one of the best play action quarterbacks in the league. So we need to pick that run up, man. Man, if we don't, it's gonna be a long season, long.
It's gonna be longer than Jay Leno's chin. But I'm gonna be right here with y'all, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, how about them Cowboys, man? Go on, get you something to eat, brother.
Yeah, yes, indeed. I'm finna mess up somebody's food, man. I'm finna eat.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm finna eat all good. Somebody restaurant, or I should have Uber Eats myself, DoorDash or something. So let me read these super chats, man, and we all gonna grab a bite to eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a strange taste for some tacos. Yeah, I got a taste for tacos, but like a shrimp quesadilla or something like that, And for those who want to see me tonight, we're gonna be at Echo Lounge. Let me see if I can go right here. And where my damn page at? Here we go. Well, I got nervous for a second. You pull up the wrong page on on Twitter. You can see anything up there. All right, so tonight we're gonna be at the Echo Lounge. That's Kevin Smith restaurant, by the way. I know you don't see much of it, but me and Clarence Hill, we're gonna have George Teague in the building. So if you are in the DFW area and you want to drive to the Echo Lounge, it's 18918 Midway Road, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas. It's in North Dallas or what have you. And come on out to the Cowboys and Chill, special guest George Teague. Hey, Clarence, man, you got to put me on the flyer somewhere, man. Put my logo somewhere up there if I'm going to do everything. But y'all tell Clarence, man, y'all going to have to Put a law somewhere in there. Put a L-A or something, a W or L-N somewhere on that flyer. But, neither here nor there. Shout out to Echo Lounge. We'll be there. I think that we're going to have Candace out with us as well. Could have Dak Attack. I don't think he may come out too. And we're going to have a great time. And Landry says taco with hair in it. Come on, man. Oh, my good. Homemade tacos. Yeah, they're the best. They're the best. Let me go right here and pull up this super chat. So I appreciate everybody for your support, your love and adulations and all of that good stuff. We always, I saw Brandy where she said, I love it that Law go live for about 2 or 3 hours, man. And that's what I like to do. I like to give you guys my time. And I really think that is always a wonderful thing. I got a super chat that I didn't get a chance to read, and I'm going through them all. Keith Floyd says, great show, as always. Glad we took the anointing oil away from coaches. That was from yesterday. So where we at? Hold on, bear with me. I know you guys won't be able to see this on the screen. And he states here, he means the general manager / owner has want to have it more. This is from Sighting Tropes. So Sighting Sighting is one of the guys he's hasting the day to get rid of. Jerry Jones. And put CT in the chat if you can't wait for the day for Jerry Jones to step down and let somebody else run this ship or sell this ship. Let me know. Put CT in the chat. That's what he wants. And I think that a lot of people agree with him. Let me see. And we got Walker Wade, 44. Walker Wade with the $2 super chat. We don't have the defense to contend or players. So he's saying that we are not contenders. Walker Wade saying we are not contenders. It's only been 2 days, man. 2 games, 2 weeks. So we don't know. Look, the Green Bay Packers didn't caught fire until the latter part of the season. All I'm saying is I'd rather be hot on the latter part versus the front end, but I get it. James Godley, shout out to you. If Jalen Brooks continue to mess up, it's Ryan Flano time, basically, yeah. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for y'all support and your love and adulations. I see a few CTs. Sighting, man, I know you're leading that pack, man. Sure. Yeah. I know there's all type of sayings out there, man. That people say, hey, man, when I die, I would love for Jerry Jones to be my pallbearer. To let me down one more time, right? That CT probably saying that too. The Joneses, I forgot to even get to the no panic conversation. Well, whenever I stop having these long conversations, maybe, just maybe, we will get into that mindset. The Joneses and Stephen Jones, not in any panic mode at all. Both say that the Cowboys have the talent in the scheme to win. Read upon that article brought to you by my guy, Clarence, and let him know that I sent some traffic his way. Yeah. So, boom, that article right there. Shout out to everybody. He says no panic. We're gonna press him a little bit. We're gonna press him a little bit about that panic meter. Are we the panic boys? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you, panic boys? Yeah, he says no panic. And I don't want to panic. And I don't want you guys to panic as well, Cowboy Nation. I always say stand tall or not at all. A lot of times, we can say about these type of things that the Cowboys, everything that we see is deserving to happen. Why? Because we the Cowboys. We are the team that everybody going to try to give their best shot to. We should embrace this moment. We shouldn't panic at all. At the end of the day,
Spartans, prepare for glory.
we got to prepare ourselves for this mindset and this battleship. And every moment, we got to be ready and rooted in. Flat out rooted in. I don't know what tomorrow will promise, but I know what today will bring when I'm in it. And that's mentality of a fire. That I'm gonna burn everything that's around me to his goodness. Most of us give up right before it's time to cross the finish line. Most of us seeks shelter right before it is time to end, and not knowing that the victory line is right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So I would tell you all that's listening right here, let's not fold up. Let's not give in to these things. But ultimately, bring forth the mindset that we can accomplish.
I used to be a state legislator in Columbus, Ohio. During the break, we used to go out on the front lawn of the Ohio legislature, at the Capitol there, and observe people as they came by.
Listen to my guy, Les
Brown. One
Brown.
particular person that all of us knew. The children, adults, everybody used to pick at him when he came by. We called him Chicken Man. He had a feather in his hat. He had a toy chicken on top of his car that he would drive around the area in downtown, blinking his lights and occasionally blowing his horn. When he got out of his car, he would walk downtown with a baby carriage with two little baby dolls in there and a picture of a woman. And when you say something to him or came near him, you would hear him making the sounds of a chicken.
Yeah.
All of us used to laugh at Chicken Man. We didn't know Chicken Man's story.
Listen properly.
Chicken Man woke up one morning around 3 a.m. and his house was on fire. He panicked and he got out of the window and left quickly, only to get outside to hear his children and his wife screaming for help. He ran back to the door to go in to save them, and the flames were too hot, too awesome. He tried to get in, he couldn't get in. He was desperate, frantic. Pretty soon the cries stopped. They perished in the fire. His brother-in-law came, found out that his sister had died and his nieces in the fire, grabbed Chicken Man and started beating him. You chicken, why did you save my sister? You're chicken, you're chicken. When the people pulled him off Chicken Man, they picked him up and said, are you all right? And Chicken Man looked at him and he started making the sounds of a chicken. He never ever overcame that tragedy. He was stuck from that experience. None of us knew why Chicken Man went around with this picture and these little dolls. Chicken Man allowed his tragedy to destroy his life. All of us have experienced some tragedy, and if we haven't, we will. Yeah. And you can either let it destroy your life or you can build upon it. You can permit it to let it hold you down, or you can decide, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm bigger than this.
So, let's not be Chicken Man. Let's not stare down this particular situation and say to us that in the last two home games, Green Bay Packers scored 48. The Saints scored 44. And we had no options. We was chicken. We are soft. We are living in the tragedies of the mindset that we can't become better. But I would tell you, can we stand tall or not at all? You know, I listened to Les Brown. I listened to all of his stories, and I applied them to life. And my mom would say, hey, before you go, can you say that that poem one more time. I love the way you say those poems. It's about determinations, heart, soul, and sinew of the mind. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and all that you dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it a plan, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or the famish or the fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you all from the way you want or the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, don't be chicken mad. Stand tall, don't fold, and you will get it, baby.
Give me my thing, you.
Come on. One love, baby. We about roll those credits for your boy. I'm gonna grab me something to eat. I might go eat some chicken now. Subliminal messages, huh? Let's go. Hey. Don't let your tragedy shape and shift you into the negative. Come on. Appreciate y'all with the fires and flames. Come on with it.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside.
Yeah.
What more? Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with her, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, I switch your sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it, count it. Emotional, damn it. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
No, he's that motherfucker don't.
Time to check the song.
Until next time, DC for life, not for sure. See y'all out there at the Echo Lounge. Salute.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns.